Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It is the Skyway Corsair. It's been a few months since I posted anything. I highly doubt anyone's going to see this video, but if you happen to actually come across it, please like and subscribe, because we fucking need it here, right? So, again, just like pretty much every other video I've made, we're going in this shooting from the motherfucking hip, because that's all I know how to fucking do. And I tell you something else, in some of my previous videos, it was always like a little bit of, can I 100% be myself in the video, right? Which is, that's really bizarre, given that I don't act like that in 99% of other instances. I think sometimes subconsciously in public, like in social situations, I may not, be 100% myself, and you'll have to excuse me for looking like I just fucking swam through 12 rivers. That is sweat, it's not water. Well, I guess it is water, right? Sweat's water. But, I work out. And sorry, I got no shirt on. Don't give a fuck either. Because I work out, and I was just running on the fucking treadmill. If you ain't working out, man, and you're feeling shitty physically, or you're feeling shitty mentally, this helps. This helps. And something else that helps is caffeine. Caffeine, I think, is like really bad for you, though, ultimately, like bad for your body. But fuck, it seems to just get the mind running like a million miles an hour here. I have like ADHD, probably maybe on the autism spectrum as well. Fuck knows. I don't know. Take Adderall. Caffeine seems to help though as well. It's crazy. It's crazy how much better I feel, or how much more focused I am after downing 200 milligrams of fucking caffeine. So, if you've seen any of my videos previous, you know that this is pretty much it. I just ramble and rave and have no real. Just speaking of what I was talking about, right? ADHD, right? What the fuck? So, anyway, we have been all over the place in this intro, and we're going to continue to be all over the place. I have no idea, actually, what I've said in the past 2.5 minutes, but let's see if we can focus right now. So, haven't posted anything on YouTube. I was trying to create, get something started because, one, I'd like to work for myself and not work for someone else. I don't like making other people fucking rich, right? I like to, work for me and my family, right? Not for fucking the rich man, the fucking man. I don't like it. I like doing shit on my own time. Two, right? And this is actually probably the most important thing. It was to like kind of build up some momentum here for a different kind of community, and to try to connect with folks, try to articulate some thoughts that that I have, some beliefs, some perceptions, perspectives, and see where we could go and actually try to make a difference in the world, right? Though then the nihilistic part of my brain is saying it doesn't matter anyway, right? But that was, what we were trying to do. Plus, it's kind of fun. Maybe I'm one of those people that just likes to hear their own voice. At least I'm aware of those kind of things. Self-awareness is it's important. It's important. And that's probably one of the 35, I'm just throwing out numbers, major issues with what's wrong with human society is the lack of self-awareness. Anyway, so this might be a little long, it might be a little short, I don't know, but I'm gonna try to lay this out. So, for the past, fucking 3-4 months, okay, I've been working a job, right? I was unemployed, which, who the fuck wants to work for the man anyway, as I referenced? Fuck this shit, right? Fuck this shit. But it got to the point where I needed money. I got 2 kids. Well, I got 4 kids. 2 kids live with me full time. Again, if you've not seen any of my videos, which, if you happen to see this one, you likely have not seen any of my other ones. Yeah, I'm a single parent. And I live, 300 and some odd miles away from my home And, yeah, I have no family here. I have no close friends. It's just me out here fucking running and gunning and seeing what's going to happen and fucking clinging on, always on the edge of fucking oblivion. Always on the edge of, my kids and I being out there on the fucking street in the great United States of America. So, had the job, got this job, right? Job started out, pay absolute dog shit. $11.50 an hour. Motherfucker, I was making more money 13, 14 years ago. But okay, I need a job, right? So the job was these two stores, same building, getting ready to open, right? That was what I was being told. A coffee shop and a convenience / like mini grocery / we have also hot food product kitchen thing going. Whatever. Okay, these particular people, they're pretty wealthy. The people that own these businesses. It's a couple, a man and a woman, a married couple, and yeah, they're pretty wealthy. At least on the husband's side, they have like 17 odd businesses. And then the wife, she's also connected with her family and their businesses in another state. They drive, Cadillacs, BMWs, Mercedes, Nissan GTRs, shit like that. Have like a 3-story house. Have a whole fucking gymnasium. Not like gymnasium, but like a gym, like a workout gym. Like, what I'm doing, this is my workout gym, guys. Look at this my carpeted fucking kitchen here. This is my gym. But yeah, they got this shit, right? They got money. They're not a corporation, but goddamn, they're part of like what I guess would be like that petty bourgeoisie. They're not like the top, maybe not like the top 5 or top 1%. They're not the wealthy, super wealthy, but they're doing well. They're doing really goddamn well, and they're not like that. What's part of what's left of the middle class in the United States. Most of it's like the working fucking poor. The other part is like this, ever shrinking. It's like opposed to the working poor, which is just continuing to grow. But this is like a shrinking demographic of people who, again, is what the other smaller part of what's left of the middle class that live like they've got money, appear to have money, but they're just like fucking, running their credit fucking into oblivion. Just maxing out credit cards and fucking, every fucking dime that they make goes to pay for their fucking expensive ass car payment, for their fucking giant truck or their goddamn fucking their oh, look at me in my Audi or my BMW, even though it's not like the same class of cars like employers are driving around, but it's got that brand, or they're fucking, constantly fucking shopping online and this and that and the fucking forth, and they fucking, or just constantly just throwing fucking money into a fucking hole in the ground, right? And eventually just, they can only last so long, but they're giving that off that image because shit, we need to fucking run around and impress everybody else, right? That's what we do in this society, So, my employers, right? So, when they come to this town, the town that I live in, it's a small town, guess who's the first employee that they hire in this town? It's just them, the two of them. Their family is backing, but their family wasn't coming around all that much, and that really, it's only like 1 or 2 family members that comes around like in an even semi-consistent basis. And then they're like going to be working away from this place, and that's like the ultimate goal is kind of what they do. They just kind of, they're in the background. They have like managers that like handle pretty much the store, the stores for the most part, and they've just got the fucking money behind these endeavors. But yeah, and they've got a maintenance guy, and they've got like a crew of guys who have worked on other projects that have come in and helped them, do some stuff. But these guys all work on the maintenance guy, the crew of dudes, they've helped in other towns and other projects, right? And so the first like native employee of for these folks in this town is me. Hey, that's kind of cool, right? And they hire me to be a cashier. Oh man, such a coveted, position and title to have, but it'd be a cashier, right, in the convenience store side. And they tell me, hey, we're going to open at later on in this month. This is in June, okay? So they call me though, and they're like, hey, the majority of people that we're looking to hire are going to not start with us until we open, but we know you need a job, right? Because I expressed that, in the interview, and we would like to offer you to come in and help set up some stuff, help us set up the store. Okay, so let's just fast forward through all this. Long story short, the coffee shop side finally opened sometime in like late July, I believe. Finally, right? The convenience grocery style thing doesn't fucking open until the last, it was on the 29th of August, okay? During this period of time, right, so even after the coffee shop opened, I'm not doing cashier duties. I'm making $11.50 an hour, and I had to fucking, really fucking push to finally get it bumped up to, drum roll, $12 an hour. Big fucking money. Big fucking money. $12 an hour. What year is it again? Oh, it's not 2009 to 2010. $12 a fucking hour. Now, during this whole fucking period, am I doing cashier related duties? No. Am I doing something like just kind of cleaning and help, maintain while they're getting everything together? No. Am I just accepting some orders here and there? No. Am I just like stocking pre-stocking for us eventually opening? No. What the fuck am I doing? Their maintenance guy, who they fucking underpay as well, right? Because he does a ton of shit that he was not hired to do. Dude knows, like, his big thing is he's like an electrician. That's his big thing, right? But he's had to do fuck knows all kinds of different shit, even shit that like is way beneath, like he's had to come in and like help us like stock some shit, right? As it got closer to being opening, and then after we opened, even like the other day he was in there having to fucking bring some fucking drinks in, and he was not happy because he was like, yeah, this isn't my job, right? And that's easy, right? But it's not that's not what he was hired for, and that's not what he likes to do, right? Anyway, so this guy, I really like this guy. But I spend most of my time over the summer helping this man, right? I help him like install lights, and I'm talking with in running wires and stuff too, to like hook up speakers, and to hook up fucking phone systems, and to hook up cameras, and right, and we're talking like fucking we're up on ladders all the fucking time, up in the ceiling of this fucking place, trying to fucking run wires down into something, having to problem solve to figure different things out, because the fucking guy, like I said, he's underpaying this dude. He's fucking using him to do all these, like this, talking about the owner, he's using this guy to do all these fucking different things that, normally you would think that they would hire like a crew of people to do, right? But he knows that like hiring like a professional like crew, or like an actual company, is going to cost him more money, right? And so, like, the reason why it took so fucking long for us to get open, big reason, is because pretty much, like, except for when, like, the crew of guys he would have come in to help out, right? And, like, he would usually use them for, like, a big project, like, when they were, like, doing the AC units, having to run all of the ventilation and stuff, something like that. Or having to build this, what do you call it? It's a bulkhead, like this bulkhead along this stretch over the coolers in this store, things like that. Okay, but when it comes to like fucking all the other things, like we had there's about 20 fucking shelves, or 25 shelves that they're used as, mostly they're used to store stuff in, like in the back the kitchen of either side, either store, coffee shop or the convenience store, or they are used in the coolers, right? So they're big ass shelves. They're like 5 or 6 shelves, metal things. Pretty easy to put together, But it takes a little bit of time to put each one together because they all come just in fucking poles and the shelves themselves, and you gotta fucking screw these things on and pound this thing into the fucking submission basically. So that way it's like, it's not gonna be uneven and blah 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 blah. All those particular shelves, I built my fucking self, me by myself. Okay. And this is not to mention all the other fucking things that I put together there, like little fucking shelves or fucking, putting, getting the register situations like situated and put together, or just like I said, there were so many things, little things that would come in that needed to be fucking put together. Like we got like a mower, lawnmower and like a weed eater, just having to, it's not difficult, but having to assemble that, get that together. Different small assembly things of all the like I mentioned earlier in the video, wasn't just accepting little deliveries. I wasn't accepting just like little deliveries. I was accepting gigantic deliveries, fucking huge deliveries of things, in daily, multiple times a fucking day. Signing off for these fucking things, hauling these things from one store to the other store, wherever they had to go. I fucking stocked so much of the initial shit that was put in that coffee shop. Crazy. But yeah, so doing those things, the mower and the weed trimmer, I've been taking care of, because these folks decided to buy the property. They need money. Decided to buy the property right next to the coffee shop, right? And it's still a lot of grass and weeds and stuff. Who's been taking care of that fucking shit? Who's been keeping that trim over the summer, keeping that down, keeping it looking decent? Yeah, this guy right here. They own another property that they don't do anything with here in town. It just sits there, and nobody works there because it's just a fucking building and a fucking parking area. Who's been taking care of that fucking property? The fucking landscaping, making sure the grass is grown, cut, and the weeds are trimmed. The one property right beside the coffee shop had this giant fucking sign, right? Like like this is for lease or whatever. That, like I said, they didn't lease it; they just outright bought that fucking shit. Big ass fucking sign. It's got those I can't remember what they're called. Those kind of brackets, those legs. They have a sign like they're like brackets that go down in the fucking dirt, into the fucking earth, and they're in there like 2.5 feet. You can't just rip this fucking thing out. Okay, it's the middle of summer. So the sign needs to come out. Who the fuck do you think pulled that sign out? Tell you what else. In the sign, there was a fucking nest of yellow jackets. I didn't get stung, because let's be real. Yellow jackets get a bad rap. But when the nest, though, when you're around the nest, they are a little bit more aggressive. I had to pick that fucking sign out, right? How I had to do it. I had to dig fucking around the fucking each of the poles, the fucking shovel and a goddamn pickaxe. Then I had to take a fucking sledgehammer and just slam it into the fucking legs. To basically fucking, timber this motherfucker over. Another project that I did there was, they had a huge pile of fucking dirt in the back. Fucking massive pile of fucking dirt and debris where, construction had been done, and it was like pushed over to the side, right? At the front of the store, there was an area where there's a sign, and it's like a little area, like it could be a nice area to have, like, some flowers, like a fucking little what is this little thing, like a flower pot, but it's not a pot, like a big fucking thing. Something like that, aesthetics, right? Fucking shit needed a ton of that dirt up there because it was just like all fucking rocky and cement, with a wheelbarrow, fucking pickaxe, and a shovel. Me and the other dude, at one point we used his truck to dump the dirt into there, and then take it up front. But then the other half of it was finished just by me alone. But yeah, digging fucking dirt, throwing it in fucking barrel or backup truck, take it up front, fucking dumping in this fucking thing, right? Middle of fucking summer. You know, some of those days when I cut the grass and shit, it was 90 fucking 5 degrees. Okay, so back to helping old dude, running wires, hooking up lights, fucking installing like equipment, all the heavy lifting and stuff. Like when big things would come in and need to be brought in, who the fuck was doing that shit? Who was fucking in charge of having to control the trash situation when they fucking had a goddamn little tiny ass dumpster and they're getting tons and tons and tons of product in, especially around the time of the fucking coffee shop, and there was bigger items coming in for the other side because it was like some of the refrigerators and the fucking just big items, not for sell items but for store use, tons of cardboard, tons of fucking leftover bits of shit that we needed to get rid of. Who the fuck was in charge of fucking that the whole fucking time? I'm not talking about taking it out there. Well, we had to fucking, it's not like it's a big deal. Like, oh man, it takes so much brain power to figure out what to do with this. But, we had to do a little problem solving once, because the trash company won't fucking, when they come pick it up, if all the trash is not in the fucking dumpster, they ain't gonna take it, right? Or you're gonna have to pay some kind of ridiculous like overcharge. Well, my fucking employer is so goddamn cheap that he ain't looking to fucking pay no overcharge. So we had to fucking, I was constantly trying to make sure that I maintained our back area where we're in the midst of doing all this other work in the building, and I'm having to fucking like designate this area as a trash only area and confine all the extra shit there and make sure that somebody over the coffee shop wasn't like overloading the dumpster and blah 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 blah. So we did a lot of that shit. And then let's see, what other things did I do? Because there's a lot. I can't remember it all. How many fucking like different shelves in refrigerators and freezers and coolers did I install? Hard to fucking tell. How many fucking times did I go on a supply run to a fucking local hardware store or to fucking Walmart or to fucking pick up some random shit somewhere? Right? That isn't part of a fucking cashier's job fucking description. What about, let's see. What about working on plumbing? Assisting the guy, the electrician guy, who doesn't really know anything about plumbing, but he's being used to work on the plumbing because dude doesn't want to pay an actual plumber. Owner doesn't want to pay an actual plumber because he knows how much it would cost. So he uses his dude, who he underpays, to take care of this shit. They'll get mad if you fuck something up. But he didn't fuck up things very often because he knows what he can figure this shit out pretty quick. Handy dude. But I hear something. So yeah, helping out with plumbing. That's something I did. Oh, I tell you something else. How about installing like ceiling tile up in the fucking ceiling, right, of the coffee shop? That's something a cashier does. What? There were like tons of times when I had to just clean a bunch of shit, right? Lots of cleaning, How about going in after hours for fucking free when nobody's there to get measurements on shit and send the information to old dude, to the owner? For free. There are other things. There are many other things that it's hard for me to keep track of this stuff. It all kind of just blended together. But I did all these things. General labor things a contractor would do, things that you need a plumber to do, or somebody more experienced with, running wires and electrical work to do, or fucking, you know, like I said, gardening, or basically practically landscaping. You know, all these kind of fucking things. You know how much I did it for? $11.50, and then eventually $12 an hour. Let's jump ahead because we're 25 minutes into this. So guess what? Once the place finally opened, I started seeing a decrease in hours. I was told from the jump, this place has a hot food area. You know, like they have a kitchen area to make hot food. Okay, it's a bunch of unhealthy garbage. But yeah, I was told I would not have to work that. Right? I could just do the cashier side. Now the fucking thing is that the whole game plan has changed. Now there's lots of reasons for this. We can get into it, right? Maybe in another video. And I love how stupid this motherfucker is. And if he ever sees this, if he happens to see this while I'm still working there, I don't give a fuck. Because I mean, I've practically said most of this stuff to him in a less harsh way. But if he pushes me, you know, you got a degree. He's like a fucking an IT tech, you know, or fucking like some hospitals or something. I don't fucking know. He got a degree. And he's got money because his daddy has money, because his daddy's the one that built up all their fucking businesses. Kind of sad if you, with all that, and then you're going to get the floor fucking, you're just going to get completely cleaned. Like, you know, we're talking total fucking knockout in a debate with a fucking, you know, uneducated fucking redneck from West Virginia. I went to college a little bit. I didn't stay. I'm not uneducated. I just don't have the fucking credentials. Arrogance, maybe. This dude can't fucking. We've already had a bit of a debate over what I'm kind of bitching about, and I flatlined him, and he just uses his power and my very difficult situation to, you know, to his advantage, right? But business model changes. These motherfuckers are so cheap. They're paying everybody else at fucking $12 an hour. I hope somebody's not making more money than me, other than the fucking manager lady, who I was hired before she was hired, and quite frankly, I could do her fucking job in my sleep. But she runs around fucking frantic half the time, and forgets lots of important shit that I fucking remember. But she's better for the job because she is good at putting on a facade and a big fucking fake smile. So, business model changes. Was supposed to be like one or maybe even two people in the kitchen or the food area, and one person running the register, or maybe like one person in the register, one person in the food area, and like somebody who was going to kind of float, maybe stock, or maybe even be able to float between the two stores, the coffee shop and the convenience grocery dumb fuck store. Now it's changed to one person per fucking shift runs the fucking food side and the cashier side. So, like, you know, because people who just come in there to buy some fucking cigarettes can't fucking pay for them over on the food side, right? So what happens when you get people there, they, you know, come in, they want to buy shit like cigarettes, or they fucking want to buy just some fucking produce, or they fucking want to buy just some drinks out of the cooler, but then you got a lunch line in there to get fucking hot food. You got 2 or 3 fucking people waiting over there, and you're over here fucking trying to make fucking food and deal with these fucking people who are looking to get out of there before their lunch break ends. Because fucking corporate America doesn't fucking, you know, put up with fucking lateness, right? But yeah, that's the plan now. So this is what I told them. I will not do that. The only way I will work both food and the fucking cashier side is if you start paying me $15 an hour. Holy fuck, he's asking for a fortune. $15 an hour? Holy shit. You know what these fuckers told me too? They told me that $12 an hour was, they're thinking that was a little too much to be paying the workers. That's like already well above the average for our area. And now that they're going to do, there's a possibility of people getting tips on the food side. Tips on the food side. Like, here's $5. Like, after fucking the whole day. Like, I looked inside the tip jar and there's like $5 in there. It's not like a goddamn like a waitress. It's not that fucking kind of thing. You're just fucking making the food and giving it to them. And so you might get lucky and get somebody to throw fucking a little change your way, but yeah, like $5. But the $12 is maybe too much because of the tips, and it's above average for the area anyway. Let's completely ignore all the data that says that here's the actual average, the average hourly wage in your state. Here's what what it would actually be a livable wage. Let's ignore all that data and just make up shit. So $15 an hour, I was told. Fuck you. Reasonable. Extremely reasonable. Still being underpaid, right? But I'll do it for 15. Nope. So now, the first fucking person that they hired when they motherfucking came to this town, that motherfucking dude who fucking went out of his fucking way to put in work for these fucking people, said, I'll do what you need done. What do you need done? Who fucking sweated and fucking put his body on the fucking line in different situations, right? Who fucking was always reliable, showed up every fucking day, ready to fucking go. That fucking person, what are they rewarded at the end of all this? Because they dared to ask for an actual livable, you can call $15 an hour fucking livable, just fucking skating by. But a little bit more money. What's the reward? Starting next week, you know how many fucking hours I'm going to be getting? Do you know how many fucking days I'm going to be working at that place? 1 fucking day. 5 fucking hours to come in and help one of the days when they get the most of the deliveries and stocking. Because goddamn, they need that fucking money more than me. They need it for their gas money, for their BMWs, and for their fucking their Cadillac Escalade, right? They need that shit for the fucking bourgeois fucking food that they eat, the fucking designer clothes that they wear. Me and my kids, who fucking live in a house that we rent, a fucking house that's like over 100 years old, it's fucking falling apart. We're on fucking SNAP benefits. We don't need that money. Surely not. Surely fucking not. These fucking petty bourgeoisie fucking money chasing motherfuckers who put fucking wealth and their own fucking self-interest above all others, which is how most of the fucking successful people in the fucking country, and then probably let's be frank, in the fucking world, have gotten by, only fucking caring about themselves, right? That's where we're at. I just wanted to share this. I'm going to post it. I don't give a fuck if you sit through all of it. I don't give a fuck if you think that he needs to have a script. Fuck, I'm aware of this, right? But I decided to fucking just vent this out. What the fuck is going on here, though? This is a microcosm of what the fuck is going on, and just lay down. Just don't fight back. Don't fucking push for something better. Don't fucking push for what's right, like I did. It wasn't a big fucking thing I did, but I was like, no, you're not gonna fucking. You took advantage of me all summer. I want some more money. If you're going to have me do twice the fucking work. I stood on my fucking principles. In the fucking horrendous situation that I'm in, right? Financially. Just, what the fuck am I supposed to do? But I'm not going to fucking back down, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm also tired of all the complacency and the fucking attitude of all you people out there who just will lay down, who live in fear. Who fucking say, well, fuck, shucks, what can we do to fucking change the world? We can do every fucking thing, man. This has been me, like this is the Skyway Corsair, fucking no filter. What you see is what you got, and what you get. That's how I am, pretty much, anyway. Occasionally, like I said, it slips up, but I don't put on facades, man. I was trying to tiptoe maybe around some things, maybe try to be a little more marketable in previous videos or something. I have a lot of time on my hands coming up because I'm working fucking 5 hours a week now. So we was pumping out more videos. I'm chugging down caffeine like a crazy person, right? Fucking just, we need that fucking caffeine. Oh, something else about my job. They did this grand opening, even though they did a soft opening at the end of August. They did a grand opening here just a couple days ago, and there was a raffle, right? A raffle, and of course, because these motherfuckers got money, there's some really nice shit out there. Some like really nice bicycles, right? Bikes. There was some other sporting like goods, like some footballs and stuff like that. But there was a fucking there were 2 TVs. There was a Nintendo Switch. There was what are the fucking things called? The wireless fucking the iPods, AirPods. There was a decent little Bluetooth speaker. There was a couple other things that were like there was like I think a Galaxy tablet of some kind, an iPad, and then there was some other stuff too, and all these fucking gift cards for fucking at the businesses. And these 2 big ass fucking wagons. I'm not really sure what you'd really. I mean, it's just like to haul some shit around. Maybe put your kid in or something if your kid's really young. I was told that employees could not be a part of the raffle. When the raffle happened, one of the employees in the coffee shop won something, and I thought, what the fuck is going on there? Following day, I talked to one of my fellow employees. She told me that, hey, she was told that she had put in for the raffle. And she knew other employees that had done so as well. Why did they tell me specifically that I was not allowed to participate? I'm an asshole. That's why. I'm an asshole in the eyes of those with the fucking wealth and the power. Even if it's just on a fucking local level in our day-to-day lives, not something that's in the grand scheme of things that does trickle down and affect us, whether you like to fucking believe it or not, whether you see it or not, it fucking happens, right? But those directly in our lives, right? I don't lay down for anybody. I can hold a fucking conversation with anybody. And I stand up for what's right. I speak up. I have a voice. I have an opinion. And I'm not gonna be a fucking slave. You're gonna try and I laid down for fucking 2-3 months there out of desperation. And because I liked working with the one dude. And like it was just fun to go to work when I was working with the maintenance guy. Because he's just cool. Me and him had some really good times, good conversations. He's actually from a different country and stuff, and it was just really cool. I think a lot of that played into it because the camaraderie there. But since he hasn't been around as much, a bit more isolated, and being asked again to do way more work than what I was hired to do. I want a little bit more money. Employers, we already know this. Employers want people who will just do whatever the fuck they're told without question. However much fucking money they give you. Oh, here's fucking, look, whatever the scraps are. Right? Or scraps fucking just drain your fucking life. Pour it on to making me more money. Or else. That's what they want, is the people that will just accept that. And when you don't accept it, and when you can articulate your thoughts, right, and you can actually present arguments to these folks that just completely expose their exploitation for what it is, right? When you show that you actually have a brain and you actually fucking have a spine, they want no fucking part of you because you're fucking dangerous in their eyes. Dangerous to their whole fucking setup, their whole fucking scam. Listen, if you've been here for the whole 40 minutes of this fucking monologue, I'll really goddamn appreciate it. I really fucking do. You have no fucking idea what that means to me. And if you'd like to hear me rant and rave more, please like and subscribe. Because we do need that fucking money here. My kids and I need that fucking money. But more than so than that, like I said, let's fucking make a change. Fuck this goddamn this weird world that we live in now. Like, the world's always been fucked up. You know? Don't be fucking ignorant. You know? Look at history. Jesus Christ. You know? We've got it better than, like, you know, people did on the fucking Mongolian steppe. You know, fucking Temujin and his boys came over the hillside and were just gonna rape and pillage and burn your whole fucking village down, you know. But I mean, we're getting into territory that's analogous to that, I think, sooner rather than later. But you would think that with where we're at, what year it is, where we are technologically speaking, where where some of us are from, you know, an educational standpoint, you know, not believing in fucking sky wizards and whatever the fuck else. You think life would be better than what it is, but it's not. But again, this is the Skyway Corsair, aka Josh. That's my name. Like and subscribe, and listen. Take care of yourselves out there. This fucking world's insane, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to be doing. Beating the fuck out of this kickboxing bag. Probably some. That's what my phone is sitting on while I'm recording this. Like at the bottom, the base of this thing. It's kind of cool. But that's it. I don't know. I don't have anything else cool to say to end this video out. I'll end it with a nice hit to the vape, because we just need fucking nicotine and caffeine to fuel the fucking brain here, and maybe that'll just make it all okay, and I'll, like, you know, just, instead of being like, you know, it's like fucking injecting, like, you know, opiates into my fucking veins, you know, and like fucking going, you know, fucking passing out in some kind of, like, you know, dreamlike state and just letting all my troubles melt away. You know, this is instead just going to accelerate the fucking troubles and accelerate my you know, my brain, in the sense of just examining this from 15 fucking different angles. Yeah, you know, so we'll just kind of go into some sort of you know, borderline, you know, something analogous to like some sort of methed out fucking rampage, and maybe I'll just crash through my window here head first. I don't know. That's it. See ya.